Hello, hello, hello. What is going on, everybody? It is Master of GDS, and I am here with my lovely wife.
Writing Raven. Hello, everyone.
Yeah, been a while since we uploaded a video. We didn't upload last week because reasons. And
yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah, and today we decided we're gonna upload now. We're gonna implement this segment. We're gonna have a name. We have a name for it now. We're calling it Psycho-Synopsis. Basically, there are a lot of psychos out there. A lot of them are on Twitter, and some of them make their way into real life. It's unfortunate, but our job here is going to be to summarize these psychos into a nice little complex package for you. And when we say small package, this video is going to be actually a bit longer than probably most typical videos, but our goal here is to talk about some of the main talking points during the week. We kept track of pretty much everything that's gone on this past week, and we've crossed out a couple that we didn't feel was as relevant or we didn't want to discuss. So we're going to be basically touching on some of the main talking points that you've been hearing going around, and some you haven't.
Yeah, because there have been a few recently that came out that some people may not have heard of.
So again, we're going to try to keep this video somewhat shorter, but not necessarily. We're going to make it a little longer than a typical video because we want to touch on everything. And this way, anybody who didn't see the videos or just wants our opinion, can just watch one video and kind of get highlights of the week.
Pretty much. All
right. So obviously, first main shocking point is
Gina Carano.
Are you shocked?
No.
Tell us. Are you shocked? You should be shocked.
I would be shocked if anyone
were. You're shocked?
I would be shocked if they were.
Are you shocked yet? How about now?
Shocking.
Anyways, enough of that. Basically, we're going to touch on Gina Carano and the stuff. We're not going to go into too much detail because a lot of people have covered this already.
Yeah.
But basically, as if you don't already know, Gina Carano did go on to
the Ben Shapiro show.
The Ben Shapiro show and give an interview calling out a lot of practices that Disney has done.
Disney and Lucasfilm, really.
Disney and Lucasfilm, and how they treated her and, the kind of blatant hypocrisy and the fact that people don't want to speak out because they're afraid to lose their jobs. And this is kind of the world we live in now. And I could not agree more with what Gina has to say. And we've been supporters of Gina's for quite some time. Now, I'll be honest, we both haven't watched. I've watched the first season of The Mandalorian. You have too.
Yeah, we both saw it together.
We both saw the first season of The Mandalorian. It's been so long ago that I forgot. Anyways, we haven't seen the second season, and we're probably not going to because we're not really interested in Star Wars now, to be honest. But we were and still are very much supporters of Gina and what she does. And so we're going to support her all the way. And it's really unfortunate what happened to her. I don't know if I've mentioned this on Twitter, and we kind of hinted to it in our last video, but my wife and I are both Jewish.
Yeah.
So I didn't see anything wrong with what Gina posted. And if people don't know, she posted this thing kind of making a reference
to World War II and what led up to the Holocaust. And
basically saying not that conservatives are the Jews and whatever.
That really isn't what she said at all. She just said that the whole reason the Holocaust happened was because the German government manipulated the people into turning on their Jewish neighbors.
And it's very funny, and it's hilarious that these same people right now coming out and getting angry at her still, even though they got what they wanted. Why are you still upset?
Because they have nothing better to do.
Well, now they're coming out after her and basically saying, why does she get to speak? She should go to a camp where she'll be re-educated and get her mind right.
Oh, you mean exactly what happened in World War II?
You mean the exact point that Gina was making the entire time that you're now proving? Thank you.
Shocking.
Insert random Twitter moron who makes Gina look even smarter.
Pretty much.
But yeah, we're not going to go into too much detail on basically, but again, she took lots of shots at Lucasfilm and Disney. Whether Disney will respond to this,
whether Lucasfilm will respond to this, who knows?
I would see Disney doing that more.
Yeah, because Disney hates bad press.
But I don't think they will. I do see that people are already trying to cancel that she's trending on Twitter again because apparently she dared to mention the name of Pedro even though she didn't.
She didn't say anything bad about him.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter because how dare you compare yourself to Pedro because Pedro's a saint even though he's said every single same thing that Gina has and not had any problems with it. But anyways, it's fine because they like Pedro. Gina bad, Pedro good. Hit rock with stick. That's these kind of people.
Yeah, but to get back on that, they were all calling her, when she made that post, everyone was calling her anti-Semitic. And from our point of view, as Jews, we did not see anything anti-Semitic about what she posted.
Yeah, not at all. And again, a lot of people were coming out saying, I'm Jewish and I don't like that.
Lies.
If you're Jewish, no, they could be Jewish. But if you're Jewish and you're going to take that much offense to a post that literally is reminding people of what happened to the Jews and saying we don't want something similar to happen again, then I don't know what to tell you. Yeah. You live a sorry existence. I'm so sorry you got offended on Twitter. Would you like a tissue? Would you like a tissue? What you use the tissue for, that's up to you.
That was a good one. Anyway.
Now that my wife's recovered from whatever that was.
Laughter.
Yeah, but basically that's all we have to say. Let's give our final thoughts and we'll move on to the next topic.
Okay.
So final thoughts on
Final
Gina.
thoughts on Gina. Absolute badass of a woman. My support and respect for her after that, watching that interview, went up tenfold.
Yeah, and I really liked seeing, from my final view, I really liked seeing the more vulnerable side of Gina because she's an MMA fighter, she's sticking it to cancel culture, but you could see there was some raw emotion there, and that she is human.
You can even hear it in her voice.
Well, also she mentioned how, she's been crying and whatever, and you know what? Yes, she puts on a strong front, but she is still human, and that's important to remember, and I like that about her because it doesn't matter whether she's fighting in an MMA or making posts on Twitter or in certain TV shows. She doesn't back down, but she's also not afraid to be human. Mm-hmm. And that's something I think more of us need to be okay with these days.
Oh, absolutely. So first let's talk about this new Netflix show about Addams Family, particularly Wednesday.
Yeah, and for those of you who don't know, and you might have guessed, but whatever, my wife, you might have seen my posts on Twitter about this, my wife is a very big fan of the Addams Family.
I honestly think I could be an Addams if I wanted.
No.
No.
Maybe if you're good. Maybe next year.
Sadness.
I'm patting her on the head, which is but you can envision it.
No, but I've always loved the Addams Family, especially the one from the show from the 60s and then the 1990s movies. Absolutely amazing. And we did watch the one from 2019 in a year.
Please, no.
I needed to say it because
no,
it is what?
That movie doesn't exist. Okay, let me give you guys, for those of you who don't know about this movie, let me give you a brief synopsis.
Oh boy.
They, quote-unquote, drain the swamp. No, I'm kidding you not kidding you. They drain the swamp.
Literally.
So the smoke, the fog around the Addams Family mansion goes away, and it turns out there's a whole city below. What's the name of the city?
Assimilation.
Oh no, you are weird? We don't like you. I'm a random homo or woman person. I'm gonna tweet out random rumors about you, and then have a bunch of people holding up phones with torches on them to come and be an angry Twitter mob.
They literally did that.
That's literally the show. The show is literally, the movie is literally, the Addams Family are bad. We need to cancel them because they are not normal.
Because they're different. And they think for themselves.
And they make Wednesday rebel wear pink. And they paint the mansion at the end pink. So
I cried.
Yeah.
When that movie, I wanted to watch it all the way through. My husband told me we shouldn't because he knew it was going to be bad. He could just tell. I wanted to give it a chance and watch it all the way through. I absolutely regretted it. I was actually crying when it ended.
And I mentioned that.
And not from happiness.
Yeah, my wife gets very passionate about this kind of thing. But for me, my woke senses were tingling way before, we started watching it. And honestly, I'll be honest with you guys, we haven't watched anything mainstream, movies or whatever, maybe a couple old movies. But we haven't watched anything mainstream since that point. Mm-hmm. And so to discuss what we're going to talk about is this new series. Now, I am not at all opposed to Tim Burton making a Addams Family something.
I've heard that he was going to make an Addams Family show. And honestly, he'd be great at it because Tim Burton's work I absolutely love.
My wife is a big fan of The Nightmare Before Christmas and
The Corpse Bride and what other movies did he make? Basically, I love Tim Burton's work.
But the thing that turned me off to this, and I saw this and I read it to my wife and she immediately had the same response. I I don't have any problem with them focusing on a particular character. I think really it should be the Addams Family, because that's always been.
Why they're called family.
But when they say it's supposed to be about Wednesday Addams and it's a quote-unquote coming-of-age show.
No.
All I'm thinking about is they're either going to make her wear pink, they're going to make her rebel against her parents, or they're going to make her lesbian.
Or all of the above.
And for all and I just we really don't need more of this garbage. We really don't. And I'll tell you, I know 2 people right here who aren't going to be watching this.
Oh, absolutely not.
Then again, let us know in the comments if you'd like us to watch it. Because what we might do...
We could review it?
We could watch and review it. My wife is a big Addams Family fan. I'm talking big. So she'll have some things to say about it.
Oh, absolutely.
So if you guys
I will notice everything that they do wrong.
So if you guys are interested and you really, really, really want to see us review it, let us know in the comments. We might decide to do that. But otherwise, unless there's some significant, interest, we're going to be skipping this one, along with pretty much everything else that comes out lately, because it's all
because I do not want to see Addams Family ruined again.
Let's give our final points on this subject and we'll move
on. On Addams Family, I will only be excited if they do not destroy the characters.
And as for me, I'm going to basically, how they say innocent until proven guilty? The opposite here.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's guilty of being woke until you prove that it's not woke. And if it is woke, then I'm right, and you all owe me a cookie.
I like cookies.
And they better be the good ones. Give me a raisin, I'm going to throw them back at you.
And next to discuss is something going on Wattpad. And this is something I really wanted to discuss because I use Wattpad.
Yeah, let me preface this. If you guys don't know, and you guys can check this out if you'd like, there is a link in our YouTube
in our banner.
YouTube banner to Wattpad. That Wattpad is my wife's Wattpad, Gothic Writer 613.
Yes.
Which again was the hint that we were Jewish. So, but yeah, you guys can go there and check it out. She writes some really great work. However, there has been a problem with Wattpad lately, and I'm going to let my wife take more of this because she knows more about it than I do.
And I will try not to get too worked up about it. So basically, what's going on with Wattpad is they've been deleting stories without warning. Now, this is something that plenty of people have seen on YouTube also, with videos and entire channels getting taken down without any prior notice to the creators. Wattpad is now apparently doing the same thing with stories that they claim are violating community guidelines. Now, what Wattpad does, if your story has inappropriate content, is it lets you put a mature tag on your story so that people who are underage cannot read it. They literally, if you are a certain age, you do not have access to mature stories. So I have seen so many people complaining and saying, you're deleting the stories that we want to read. What community guidelines did they violate? Why didn't you give them any prior warning? And Wattpad didn't apologize. All they did was give links to the community guidelines, say that they violate community guidelines, and no, there has been no apology whatsoever that I can find.
Basically,
and I am pissed.
I can tell. And basically, they've gone the YouTube route of, we're just going to terminate your channel or monetization without telling you, and then if you ask us, we're just going to say, you can read more about it here.
Yeah, because it's the mature stories that people want to read that have been getting deleted. A lot of them have been fan fictions, and on the Fanfiction Ambassador account, that's where I found out about this, is because everyone is asking fanfiction, why are you deleting these stories? Wattpad, what is going on? And when Wattpad released their statement, I could tell it was not an apology. And something else I realized was from what someone else commented, none of the paid stories were affected.
Of course not, because that's the way that Wattpad makes money.
Mm-hmm. I wish they would make one of mine a paid story.
I kind of don't. Well, I mean, I do, but I don't at the same time. Now, again, a lot of people may have already conflicting opinions of Wattpad. There are some things that this is not the first time that they've done things, and, there are some cringeworthy fan fictions and stories on there.
Oh, you have no idea. I lost a contest to 3 gay vampire romances, 1 decent werewolf story, and something about an immortal bounty hunter who falls in love with a woman and her, quote, magically delicious pancakes. I am not kidding.
Basically, final point on this is basically Wattpad is behaving pretty much like YouTube. My wife's not happy about it because her work's there. If you guys want to check out some good fan fiction and good stories, you can check them out on the Wattpad there.
Please.
There's even some Star Wars stuff there if you guys are interested.
I do need to continue it. I haven't touched it in a while. So if you do want to have my fan fiction for Star Wars on there, it involves the Clone Wars. It takes place during the Clone Wars, I should say. It's called The Clone Assassin, a Star Wars story. You'll find it somewhere on my Wattpad page because I do have quite a few stories on there. All right, next on the list
is Neil Druckman. Now, we haven't discussed The Last of Us 2 before. If you guys want to know our opinion on it, we both think it sucked.
Yeah, and we didn't even play it.
I got to watch it, and I watched someone's playthrough of it, the first game, and I really liked it. And then they decided to destroy it and make it terrible now, and they decided to just copyright strike a bunch of YouTubers.
Yeah, they made the whole game completely terrible. The whole franchise terrible within the first hour of the second game.
But you might ask, well, why are we bringing up Neil Druckmann now?
Yeah, like a year after
besides the fact that he is a massive hypocrite and a coward.
Like most people on Twitter, apparently.
No, but he's pretty good at it. He decided to put something out earlier this week, which is what we want to cover. He wrote, and there'll be a post up on screen, if your game deals with serious subject matter, then it is inherently political. If that's a problem, make a different game. Otherwise, you owe it to your game to lean into it, doing your damnedest to treat it as honestly, completely as possible. Warts and all. And so, here's my response to Neil Druckmann. You're an idiot.
Mm-hmm.
You're an idiot.
Understatement.
Do you not understand that people do not like your game? Do you understand that there are people who do like your game? And we're not upset with politics in games.
We're upset that you killed the main character!
No, we're not upset that he killed it. We're upset of how he killed them.
Yes, good point.
But we're more annoyed at you because you continue to push this narrative that if your game's political, you need to push into it. You need to... You don't. You don't.
I think this guy's just in denial.
You don't. You can make a game and have political elements, but not lean into them. It's called a video game, and
it's meant to be unrealistic. He's in denial.
I just don't understand why you would alienate part of your fandom. Now, I understand that you have some sort of weird stick up your ass. It's probably Anita Sarkeesian's, but let's be honest with that. You probably enjoy that.
Ouch.
So, anyways, I don't get you. I don't think I ever will. I'm just going to keep pointing and making fun of you because you make it easy to do so. Final thoughts on this?
Neil Druckmann is being weird again. And that's an understatement.
Sorry, let me change that a little bit. Neil Druckmann is weird. Period. There's no again. He hasn't ever not been weird. He literally has his profile still as Dr. Uckman. I'm so clever. I'm so clever. Clap for me. Clap for me. You woke seals. Clap for me. Or we like it.
I thought they were land whales.
Or we like it. Or.
Yeah, but for those who don't know, Dr. Uckman was his self-insert in Last of Us 2.
All right. Yeah, but last final thoughts. You're an idiot. Stop talking on Twitter. Just don't.
Yeah.
How about promote what your fans put out and shut up?
And also, maybe get out of your bubble of delusion.
All right. Last topic here, I think, right?
Last thing we wanted to discuss this week was Rian Johnson's Star Wars trilogy.
Oh, boy. So this is another thing that broke earlier this week. Oh, look. Guys, this is Lucasfilm. You're talking about Gina? We want it to go away. Look, something shiny! Rian Johnson might be still getting his trilogy. Go hate on that.
Point and laugh.
It didn't work.
All we did was point and laugh.
We don't believe you. We don't care.
We see through your lies.
It's literally a distraction. Mm-hmm. And we all know it's a distraction. Oh, yeah. We don't care. We think you're all horrible. The fact that you literally have people working for you who attack fans on a daily basis, including Pablo Hidalgo, who still attacks fans now, even after he got
Please fire him already.
No, we don't want him fired. I want him off Twitter. That's fair. You want to stay working for Lucasfilm? Get off Twitter. that's all we got for this week. There were a couple more topics that we did want to touch on, but we decided that they kind of had faded out right now. Let us know what you guys want us to discuss. Let us know what you think of this video. Let us know what you think of what we have to say in the comments. And yeah, so this was Psycho-Synopsis, just a synopsis of the week. Let us know how this works for you. If you want us to do it different, let us know if you want us to review the
Addams Family series.
Even though I'd really rather we don't. But if you guys are that interested, put it this way. If we're reviewing it, you guys better watch the videos. And if you don't watch the videos, I will come hunt you down. Yeah, whatever. Anyways, we're done for now. So yeah, let us know what you think in the comments below. Also, make sure to like the video, share the video, subscribe if you haven't already.
Check out my work on Wattpad and follow my husband on Twitter
@MasterOfTDS. Yeah, so that's all for this time. And so we'll see you in the next video. And for now, this is Gothic Therapy out.